Sorry. Huh. Oh. Yeah, no, I've been streaming more often. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like an actual streamer. Still have to get used to that thought. Greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician, and, yeah, no, I've been streaming a hell of a lot more recently than I thought I'd be able to. And mixed feelings about it overall. I won't go into the nitty-gritty details, but suffice it to say, I have a bit more time on my hands now than I thought I would. And so I've been trying to go live a bit more frequently. And it's been interesting. I've found myself delving into types of streams I'd thought about doing, but never really had the opportunity. But now here we are, and, so far I can't rightly complain. I hope you've been enjoying in turn. I mean, one would only hope, given the Twitch numbers going up in certain areas. That's usually an indicator of me doing something right. You know, correlation, causation, all that fun stuff. But anyway, I may have been a little late to the draw. Slow to the draw. Goddamn, we're already off to a good start. I may have been slow to the draw in correcting the title of this stream. But we're going to be watching another shitty B-movie today. And I literally just chose this one at random from a playlist I found. And I hit up a random number generator, and wouldn't you know it, I just so happened to hit what's quite probably the most stereotypical title for a sci-fi B-movie you could ever think of. Like something you'd see parodied on the Angry Beavers or some shit. We're gonna be watching Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. I wish I were making this shit up. It's a real movie from 1968, and I've never seen it. I'm relatively certain I've seen the name floating about here and there on certain infamous movie lists, but I myself have never watched it until tonight, so it's gonna be an experience. So, with a name like that, I'm sure you can imagine it's going to be, to put it politely, dated in a lot of its portrayals of things. So, please bear with me and remember that this is a product of its time, and that we are watching this with the intent of making fun of it, not promoting any of the sentiments expressed therein. You're okay, lists scare me. You know, it doesn't take much to scare a goblin, I have found. You know, it depends on whether or not you have anything shiny on hand, Pisea. But I digress. I think it's high time we got straight to the meat and potatoes of this stream for tonight, and see what it is we are dealing with. Oh boy. So. And don't mind me over here, just making sure I've got enough fuel to stand the voyage that we are set for. So, again, I've never seen this in my life. This is going to be a genuine first-time reaction. I'm just as horrified at the prospect of what is waiting for us as you are. So, let us commence forth. And as we do go along, please feel free to let me know whether or not there are any issues with audio and all that good stuff. But, yeah. Let us do it to it, as the children say. Do children say that? They don't say that. Moving on.
The future of mankind is being guided behind closed doors. And all over the world, scientists are working on projects designed to take man beyond the confines of this earth. You are looking at the actual models of spacecraft now being developed by agencies of the United States government. This is an Apollo spacecraft designed for elliptical orbit of the moon.
Oh, how optimistic we were. Oh, how very full of hope and grit we were. Oh, yeah, Bubba. This is gonna be rough. Realizing the 60s were so full of determination and grit and high hopes for the future of space travel. Oh, come on.
Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface. These are other types of manned and remote control mechanisms, each designed for a specific function, many already in operation as satellites of this Earth.
Why
Some in
man,
Venus
but
for
not
the
woman?
moonshot. Others designed for space. A few to serve as space
And furthermore,
stations.
why not
And
they,
the
though?
most complex of all, prototypes of craft capable of putting a man on the surface of another planet. Wheel was one of man's first inventions, and has been with him all of his civilized life. But now it, like so many other of his creations...
I'm sorry, I'm already pausing more than I probably should, but I love how we just... with this highlight of man's innovations and prospects for interstellar travel, we have what is essentially the equivalent of Babby's first grain mill here. Made out of spare Hot Wheels tracks that were spray painted black. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm just waiting for the punch card computers to pop up. That's a surefire sign of quality old sci-fi. Oh, it is loving being streamed.
To fit his new demands. These are 3 types of variable radius wheels, designed to transport a vehicle over a rockiest. New concepts are being created almost daily. Some will never get beyond the drawing board.
Yeah,
but
no
others,
shit.
or their descendants, will become part of man's greatest adventure, the exploration and colonization of space. All over the world, men and women are working to make that dream a reality. Every aspect of the journey is being analyzed, from the tiniest control devices to the mightiest rocket
Billions
engines.
and billions
But it's not
of
enough to
props.
just get there. Just as the great explorers sailed from Spain and England and France to discover the Americas...
Oh, is that what we're calling
colonizers
it?
might come later. So will our exploration spacecraft precede the colonizers of the planets. Already...
I mean, goddamn, he just straight up came out and said it. I mean, yeah, no. It is astounding sometimes, just looking through older movies and seeing just the glorification of colonization and its attempted conquest of every other culture on Earth. It's fucking fascinating. Horrific, but fascinating.
Plans are being made for the colonies. Sources of food and power must be found. Artificial atmospheres created. Everything done to build an Earth away from the Earth. No man living today can predict exactly what the future holds. But this much we do know.
His, hers, and theirs
All through
planets.
man's march across this Earth, the wildest dreams and fantasies of one age have become the commonplaces of the next. The motion picture you are
Horrifically
about to see
fascinating. Absolutely
can be called
Passaic.
today a fantasy of the future. But one day, maybe not too far distant, audiences will be able to look back on it in the same spirit with which we view pictures about the first covered wagons crossing the plains.
Okay, that just fucking... Oof. My guy, you have no idea how correct and yet incorrect you are in that statement. Oh, boy. Man. Fucking... These movies are a trip. And we haven't even gotten to the trippy shit yet. This is them playing it serious. The film group. Oh, that particular film group. Yeah, I should have known. Unfortunate first name. Don't you just love it when the font coloring is such that you can't read half the title? Like, at least put a fucking outline over it. Voyage to the planet. Well, we got at least 50% of the gist of this plot. starring all your favorites. Upon this rock, we shall build our Well, I was gonna say cast, but a cast usually implies the presence of actors, and call me cynical, but I have the distinct impression the performances here aren't exactly going to be Oscar-worthy. Goodness. London Philharmonic who? Who needs that kind of hoity-toity music when you have a theremin? And Jim from accounting. Oh yeah, and Karen, who's still dealing with that migraine in the next room over. Oh, Keith, you know, my guy. How could I forget Keith? Norman D. Wells. I don't know what it is. Every time I see the name Derek spelled like that, it just seems alien to me.
Venus. Venus. A planet named after the goddess of love.
You know?
This is where I left her. 26 million miles away. Because I know she exists. I know she does. I know it.
I thought you left her in San Francisco along with your heart.
Her and that sweet, haunting sound she makes, like the sirens that tempted Ulysses.
Is this Venus or Innsmouth you're talking about?
Crazy. Back here on Earth. Crazy. Still intoxicated by the atmosphere back there. But wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, exactly as Pusea said. Yeah, hold the fuck on, buddy. Slow your rolls. Ah, my goodness. You know, like, again, also, I have the distinct impression that the filming location may or may not have been from a coastal town. I can tell from these opening credits we're in for some real low-budget stuff. Is this some fantasy? Yes and no. Alex, which, thank you for dropping by the way. This is Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women from 1968. So, buckle the fuck up, we're in for a bumpy ride. I chose this film literally at random with a random number generator, and I just happened to select a gold mine of a name.
Let me tell you the whole story.
By all means.
All of it. From the beginning.
One would assume.
And see what you think. You be the judge.
To say nothing of jury and executioner.
It was 2 years ago, in 1998, that the first manned spaceship left Earth for the planet Venus.
Well, now I feel old.
Ended in tragedy. A meteor hit the ship.
The meteor itself just so happened to be filled with antimatter. No biggie. No, we gotta go back. Back to the past, Samurai Jack.
Ended in tragedy. A meteor hit the ship.
A fucking astounding. It's like when someone sneezes on the processed film and they accidentally get a visually stunning effect. No, it's worse than that, I'm realizing. Because we need to break this down frame by frame. If we can.
A meteor hit the ship.
Almost. Listen, proof's in the pudding, chat.
A meteor hit the ship.
God damn it, I knew it. I knew it, Rudy. You got fucking sent to the chalk zone. They can't keep getting away with it. Evolution, what a fantasy. You know what? As someone who's never set foot in Kentucky outside of its ambassador locations, no particular qualms with the Colonel myself. Just saying, not particularly a fan of his home cooking.
Everything's lost.
Yeah,
Everything but the will to get there, to explore Venus. And so, it was only 6 months later that the second attempt was made.
You know? The muskrat works pretty fast these days, apparently. Now, was this before or after the debacle with Monster Zero? KFC's good. Well, goblins have to eat somehow.
The code name for Earth Control was Marcia.
First stage rocket ready.
Marcia!
Stage ready.
Fuel ready. Stabilization center ready.
Power ready.
Gold leader ready.
Radar ready. Guidance ready.
Airlane ready for takeoff.
It's getting more and more annoying to take attendance at the start of these meetings.
Attention flight personnel. Loading elevators are now being withdrawn. Countdown continues at 20. All stations prepare for 0 red. Countdown continues at 10.
0 red? I mean, it's not going to be that interesting without the other palettes involved, you know?
Zero red, -5.
Oh man, this thing gets Tetris? Fuck yeah.
Clear. Switch over to standby.
Not sure why I said that when it looked more like Pong. Hello, Violet. Welcome to hell. Tonight's special is called Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. I shit you not. Also, please let me know how the volume mixing is sounding. I don't want to destroy anyone's eardrums with this. Sounds good to you? Excellent. Oh, whoop, there was Venus, guys. We passed it. Oh, whoop, there it is again. Oh, man. Whole family must be in town.
There were only 2 men on the new mission. Astronaut Howard Sherman and Captain Alfred Burns.
Jesus fuck. The man's out here looking like Davros pre-chair. Hold on. Oh, I mean, we've already reached that part of the reaction where I have to fucking... Uno momento, por favor. Okay, but... I mean... Am I wrong? Corporate wants us to find the difference between these pictures. Ah, my God. Anyway, got that out of my system. Apparently the computer did not.
But there was another being with them.
Oh my God. Oh, Danger Will Robinson. Oh my God. Oh, we are in for a hell of a time. Oh, thank you fucking powers that be. Oh my God, this is going to be a memorable one.
Robot John.
The Allspark.
Awaken, John. Awaken. Slow, John. Monitor, John.
First of all, it's Dave.
I hear you.
Like Temu King Joe, Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, you're not wrong,
Everything
Alex.
went smoothly.
Oh, God. Well, even to fucking... for those of you in the audience who are not as intimately familiar with the Ultraman series, once again... My fucking word. Alright, so to prove the point, A, B. My word. I mean, it's not a bad design. It's unfortunate that King Joe is a bit more packed than most of his competitors downstairs, if you know what I mean there. Man's packing more canisters down there than you'd find at a Steve Austin party. Why is this exactly my point? But the design goes places over the years, Violet. Not to go on a tangent already, but fuck it, it's one of my streams. This is just the original King Joe. Like, King Joe vanilla. Let me point out some of the variants we have gotten over the years. Because, by God, Tsuburaya loves recycling this design. It does a good job recycling it, but by God does it recycle it. So, we have your usual Joe Schmo King Joe, all of the 60s. Then we have King Joe Black, coming straight out of the 20s with his Tommy gun there. And, of course, we cannot forget the most recent edition, King Joe Storage. Supro just loves recycling. That's why they reuse suits. Totally not for budget. No, of course not. Yeah, after all, it has nothing to do with the fact that Tsuburaya had a close relationship with Toho. Gomez who? Anyway. Back to Fun in Space with Robinsons.
About John.
Awaken, John. Awaken.
Awaken,
Slow
awaken,
down.
awaken, awaken. Take the land
Monitor,
that must
John.
be taken.
I hear you.
And with a voice like that, who couldn't?
Everything went smoothly.
Boy's getting ready for his
the first part of the
ASMR
voyage.
channel.
They traveled over halfway, 17 million miles.
Awaken,
without
John.
mishap. Radio contact was maintained with Marcia at Earth Control, and they stopped on schedule at the United States Space Station, Texas, for refueling.
Damn. Voyager looks a little different than how I remember.
All landing personnel, report on flight deck. Stand by to receive flight number 87 from Earth.
Ah, yes. Oh man, they're getting at the whole welcome wagon. They should feel honored. Oh damn, the station's strutting up like with the fishnet stockings as well. Look at that. It's like the lamp from fucking Christmas Story. A lot of traffic in this quadrant of the galaxy. All those
Earth
Rogue
Control,
planets
we
and
listened to
black
their
holes
progress
popping
with
up.
more concern than anyone else.
Refueling A-OK, over and out.
Oh, I see. That must be an organ.
Because we were the command crew. And if anything went wrong, we were set to follow. There were 3 of us.
I love how... Oh, Jesus, fuck. I was just going to point out how the gentleman on the left, who I assuming is the one narrating over all of this, he has just this... the most stereotypical, like, 60s sci-fi protagonist haircut I've ever seen. Just, like, a bit of hair gel away from being a pompadour, and just half an inch away from owning Cheers. You know what I mean? And it would seem that we are about to be in a place where everybody knows their names.
There were 3 of us. Commander William Billy Lockhart, astronaut Hans Walters, and me, Andre Furneaux.
There we are.
I remember how worried we were as we listened to their voices from so many miles away.
Kearns calling Marcia. Kearns calling Marcia. Refueling completed. Ready for blastoff.
Tell Jan we said hi. Man, Super Sentai was kind of boring before they got Technicolor.
Begin our relay.
Thank you for your contribution, John. He was the Nepo bot of the crew. Toho's come a long way. Oh, I see. It's a YouTube premiere. That explains it. Ah, damn, the wonders of dial-up. This is what we had before Wi-Fi, kids. That lovely little ditty every time we wanted to hook up to the phone cord.
They were on the last leg of their journey.
Did anyone find my contact? I'm sorry, it just... I know it's going to take us forever to get through this. But I love how with the effect of like the flashing lights on Grandpa here, it just looks like he sat in front of a fireplace. Maybe not the best idea.
And then they saw it. Venus.
Cloudy with a chance of bullshit, I see.
And they prepared to land.
A planet of fire below us. Is it a new world, or will it consume us all?
I think the better question is, did you want to take another take for that one? The vocal performance was just fine, but emoting, buddy. Emoting is the name of the game.
At any moment now.
Don't you just love it when the batteries die on your watch? Okay, no, they clearly they had to have fucking. Okay, so no, we're doing this. I don't fucking care. Not that it isn't already riddled with holes like Swiss cheese, but just watch this. There's the footage of Grandpa leaning up in his chair. And just now... it's the same fucking footage played in reverse. They fucking flipped! Oh, we're in for a fun time. Already we're running into more fucking stock footage than Godzilla vs. Megalon. Oh, damn. Be kind. Rewind. Jesus Christ. Like, I know they're trying to convey that it's landing, but...
going wrong.
Black clouds. Light. I don't like the looks of this. I'm turning control over to Robot John.
The sexual tension is palpable.
Mountain, I am going up.
Wow, close call. We're watching on the location finder. The area is strange. This is truly a prehistoric planet. Landing location is square 73. We're now dropping our beacon. Landing 300 meters.
Let's just break down that statement for a second, because I want to talk about it. It's fucking important for the purposes of this. Like, the term prehistoric, when used in the context of these types of movies, it's unfortunate, because 9 times out of 10, rather than saying, oh, we've traveled back in time or time has stopped moving, it is colonizer code for primitive or uncivilized, and it's been used in a lot of different contexts to refer to, like, indigenous people, and it's, I mean, problematic is a very polite way of putting it. Thankfully, here they're just talking about a fucking rock in space, but just know that if you hear it being referred to in, like, the context of, like, old movies talking about, like, oh, we've landed on a prehistoric world surrounded by savages and stuff, it's not exactly subtle, but it's just something to recall about the general mindset of how white Americans viewed literally any other place.
Here's southwest of square 73. Oh, there's water beneath us. We're drifting.
Oh, damn, they've gone full throttle.
Sherman. Kern. Answer. Kern.
Now I'm curious, because, like, this is clearly being dubbed over, but I need to know what country this is from. I'm gonna guess Italian. Huh. Okay. So, this actually makes it fucking hilarious given the time frame. This was a dub of a Soviet movie known as Planeta Bur. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that. But this was the original poster. Well, not the original poster, obviously. They've fancied it up. But this is it as it's apparently shown in Russia. They gave it the fucking King of the Monsters treatment. Ah, man, that's... that is fucking hilarious given the communist scare of this era. Ah, my goodness. Anyway, back down the drain we go.
Sherman. Kern. Are you there? It's hopeless.
Well, very soon after that, it became clear there was only one thing to do. Blast off for Venus ourselves.
You know? Third time's the charm, am I right? I'm assuming this took another 6 months of prep.
An attempt to rescue Kearns and Sherman. If they were still alive.
Okay, let's see the gloved hand of the alien. Oh, no, even better. Oh. Number 5 is alive.
More, John. That's it.
Oh, my God.
Cover me, Kern.
Look out! There comes another one.
Oh, and so it begins. Gorgo who? Oh no, we need to go back to that particular highlight of them bouncing the fucking place. Oh, it's like a fucking Weeble cartoon. Butches.
Okay, John. Just more connections.
Oh, there it is. There's the stock roar. There's the stock roar. Yeah, the one you hear in like 50% or more of these old movies, just pitched to varying degrees. This one's pitched up a little bit. Listen closely. Oh my god, fucking sound wave looking ass. Goddamn, Violet, you were right. Oh my word. We have struck liquid gold.
There. Course 110. Secure yourself to that boulder, John. Proceed.
Oh my word. Feed me, John! Do you think those guys were paid by the hour? The guys in the reptile alien suits? Ah, my word. Man, prototype Wappy Dog was a bit slow to go.
He's better equipped to fight this place than we are.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, Alex. Like there are very specific like stock roars and screams. I mean, not unlike the Wilhelm scream, which everyone knows about the Wilhelm scream at this point. It was the same with very specific like animal sounds. Like there is that one stock elephant sound that everyone would use, or the one stock kookaburra cry for like jungle scenes, like the That was a fucking kookaburra, but every fucking jungle scene from like the 50s and 60s and 70s and so on, they had that same fucking stock kookaburra sound. And I'm gonna be real, as a child, I was completely convinced that that was a fucking monkey, because I didn't know what a kookaburra was. There's the stock elephant sounds, the stock wolves. That cry there with the monster lizard was very much one of those stock cries. And it can be difficult to determine it at times, because oftentimes they would pitch it up or pitch it down. No, it wasn't a monkey. It was a bird known as a kookaburra. Again, I thought the same thing when I was younger. Because I don't live in Australia or New Zealand. I forget which the kookaburra is specifically native to. If Gaelic Knox were here, they'd be able to tell me. Yeah, no. It's just one of those things that you learn later on, especially with me being, learn something new every day. Kookaburra thought was also a monkey. Yeah, exactly. Because Americans, we don't really get those types of sounds from our wildlife here. Like, the most bizarre we will hear is, like, I don't know, like a mourning dove or something like that. At least, from my particular corner of the United States. Whereas the rest of the world has just far more fucking fascinating and quote-unquote exotic animal sounds. But yeah, just all of this to say, like, it's hard to pick up on these little nuances unless you do a lot of, like either a fuck ton of movie watching or just audio mixing. And I have done both and continue to do both. Speaking of which...
Wondering if we should be here at all. Why don't you catch a bus and go home? Don't think I wouldn't if I could find one. There he is.
I love how there is no standard for the the uniformity of these spacesuits. Just slap together whatever they can find left over. I mean, granted, it's oddly charming and refreshing in a way, considering the usual uniformity of, like, spacesuits from both humans and aliens in these types of movies. But it strikes me as, like, there is no, like, standardized safety tests being run to make sure that each of these suits performed ideally the same way. They just gave Davros there the updated model because he's higher up in the chain of command. You never been to the Appalachian Trails, apparently? I have not. I have pretty much spent the majority of my life in the Pacific Northwest. I've traveled to other countries, but I generally didn't spend a lot of time with the wildlife in those countries. So much as just the people, and those were scary enough.
He's up. Hold it tight. He can hold it. You better go first, and I'll come along after you.
Within 2 hours, we were ready to go.
And the monolith has seen better days. Wardrobe. Oh, okay, see. See, now that I look closely, now I'm starting to see the Russian bleed through. Okay. Ah, my goodness. I know, again, I'm pausing for no reason, but just, I have to get this thought out of my head, otherwise it will never escape me. Like, I know this is simply just there was no actual intention behind it, but because of the overlay of the light and shadow on this particular rocket, it just looks like this... This rocket ship is built like a fucking flounder. And let me show you what I mean real fucking quick. Okay, so notice the two portholes on this ship. Like, and the little, like, divot there above the second porthole that, to me, it almost looks like a mouth. I mean, I would ask if I'm crazy, but that's an entirely different discussion. That's a face for radio. Oh, my fucking God. We fascinate about life off this planet, but life in it is scary the fuck enough. Or rather, we fantasize. Sorry, apparently the fumes are getting to me just as much as it is the ship.
Sherman. If they were alive, would we be able to find them?
Like, again, I know, I'm not helping anyone by pausing all the fucking time. But, like, I love how specifically the footage taken for the shots in space are so riddled with film grain. Like, to the extent where it's just, like, completely fucking, like, splotching the screen with white circles and stuff. It looks like that they just keep running into planets that manifest from the ether and then just as quickly cease to exist. It's just a funny, unintentional effect.
Venus lay ahead, but our thoughts were with Kearns, Sherman.
There you go.
If they were alive, would we be able to find them?
And again, the fact that the ship changes shape mid-flight as well.
We got to Space Station Texas ahead of schedule.
Oh, Space Station Texas.
Stand by to receive unassisted landing.
Mama, I want that one. Look at him go. Oh, it's like the flight scene from Masked Rider all over again.
Refueling was accomplished in record time.
A 21-gun salute has never felt so limp.
No time to lose.
What a meaningful and necessary scene. That added so much to the overall film. Like, there's padding and then there's stuffing.
Funny, considering the way things turned out. What I was thinking about as we sped through the dark universe on our way to an unexplored planet.
Why was I born with that inflection in my voice?
I was wondering if maybe there wasn't some reason that Venus had been named after the goddess of love.
You know, I'm starting to piece together why everyone's not as emotive as they should be. And the answer is right on the back of Toy Soldier number 2 on the left here. Someone forgot to crank him. Oh, my God.
If maybe there wasn't some wise old astronomer way back in the dawn of time who knew something. Something he kept to himself. But before I could come to any conclusions about it, we were preparing for our touchdown on Venus.
I gotta ask, by the way, like, obviously I'm not expecting any actual answers from this, but, like, what was it with specific movies from this era, specifically dubbed over movies, where they do go to the trouble of, like, dubbing over the rest of the cast, but they completely mute it and then fucking, or at least halfway mute it, and have the main character narrate over everything. It was the same with Godzilla King of the Monsters, with Raymond Burr, like, providing his, like, narrative over, like, a lot of flashback scenes from the original 1954 film. And, like, at least in those cases, like, people were speaking Japanese, so, like, it would make sense that he would talk over them as the, you know, the perspective character of that adaptation of the film. But here they actually dubbed the other characters. It sounds like they're speaking in English. So why have them record the lines if they're just going to be talked over, man? Like, is it specifically a stylistic thing where they just not proud of the takes. Like, it just seems like they went to so much trouble to spend so much time on something that could have taken so little effort.
Where maybe I'd find all the answers. And then, almost before I knew it, we were there. We were landing.
The guy's burning up like a laptop from Dell in the early aughts. I mean, I've been in worse waiting rooms.
Landed. Voila.
Don't begin celebrating yet.
Ha. Oh. Oh.
Is our level okay?
Yep, there it is. On the button.
Yep, Jesus is with us.
Boy, it sure feels strange to have weight.
Yes, it does seem strange. That's sure. But it's nice and solid.
Well, I don't know about you, fellas.
It's a bit too
but I'd
much
like to see
information,
Venus.
boss.
Open number 3 and hit the beam. Paper. Try the port viewer.
What did you call me? Listen, I know I live in
Telescreen
Portland,
gets it
but that's no
okay.
need to
We'll
generalize.
pan port. Formations of weird rock. Something's there. I'll switch on the outside sound pickup.
The outside who to the what now?
Something's there. I'll switch on the outside sound pickup.
The outside sound pickup. You know, generally in my field of expertise, they just call that a microphone. But, you know, hey, you're the astronaut. Ah, feedback's a bitch. Okay, I know this is going to sound dumb, but, well, story of my life. But I could have sworn, like, one of the little, like, loops in that ongoing sound, like the whoo, it sounded like there was a fucking mourning dove in there, and I just invoked that fucking bird earlier in the stream. Oh god, now they get a closer look at this guy. Jerry! We gotta go to Venus, Jerry! Hey, you heard that, right? They're like,
That was the first time I heard her.
A human being?
Hold it.
oh goddamn, it's worse than we thought.
It's finished.
There's a Jigglypuff out
Transfer the
there.
playback. Meanwhile, you might check upon the atmosphere, Hans.
It better be good.
Then you better get your spacesuit. We'll move out. Andre, I want you to attempt a contact with Sherman by radio. If you raise them, tell them to report their position. Then get yourself into a spacesuit. We're going to walk about.
I'll be right behind you.
That'll be handy if I slip. Get popping now.
And after you raid them, don't forget to start a hype train.
Oxygen.
That's pretty close.
Or whatever it is the kids do these days. Pog champ. Yosemite. Dude, I'm in my 30s. It's only a matter of time before I have to carry something around like that to steady my stride.
I'm going to take a look around.
Keep on the rope. Don't get out of visual contact.
You go that way. I'll go home. man's literally out here looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah, don't trust the prison punch, my guy.
It was a weird, desolate place, but it fascinated me. And I forgot all about Kearns and Sherman and what we were there for.
Received a message.
What did they say?
Marcia has radar movement.
Sherman?
She can't be sure, but it looks like two objects. One metallic and moving in the area we expected to search. Probably Kern and Sherman.
Come on, Andre.
Come on, Andre. Yeah, boy. Oh, fun. I mean, chat, get your jokes out now. The man's was ready to give up.
You'll contact us.
Let's see that again. See, that's just me when I get home from work, man. Oh, hello, Carl.
You'll contact us.
Whoa!
Andre!
Audio recording used to be a whole separate process. The reels they used to dub it probably had the original audio track on a single track, and they overdubbed the movie. Well, I mean, again, if that was the point, first of all, Jesus Christ, like, I can understand them like having the original tracks and stuff, but like, if you're gonna go to the trouble of overdubbing, because like, they clearly already overdubbed the original dialogue with English dialogue, but then they did that again with the narration. Oh, God. Well, you know, an interesting time to break out that redeem in particular. Italian movies would purposefully not care about on-set audio because of the... Well, I mean, again, it's not on-set dialogue. Like, this is a Russian movie that was dubbed over in English twice, apparently, with some scenes. But, all right, let me go ahead and break out the die here. Now, first I need to roll a d4 to determine what kind of thing I'm going to be reviewing. That's a 4, so re-roll. 1. All right, so that is going to be a movie. And now, what movie am I going to review in 1 minute? I'm getting a lot of nat 20s recently. All right, so for nat 20, that's going to be Delicatessen. Jesus Christ, it's been a minute since I've seen that. All right, so Delicatessen was one of those films I saw when I was taking film courses in undergrad. It's essentially a semi-post-apocalyptic movie about a guy who used to work at a circus moving into an apartment complex that's filled with just the most most unusual people you will ever meet. But then again, it's an experimental French film from like the late 90s, early aughts, so that's already going to be a bit bizarre. The whole gimmick was that anytime someone was unable to follow through on their monthly payments for rent, the butcher in the building, who was also the landlord, would essentially give them the axe, literally, and serve them to the other tenants. A very bizarre kind of like macabre comedy. It was one of those... probably one of the first dark comedy films I ever saw in my life. If you want to see something that delves into weird territory, but is also sort of a sick laugh, definitely check out Delicatessen. All right. So I can probably cross that one off then. Okay, so... experimental French film, this sounds familiar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you've also seen it, Alex. Alright, so from one garbage heap to another, we have Audrey 2 at home. Audrey 2 at home.
Grab that tentacle there.
Shoot the tentacles to open the core.
Try to devour it. Got his legs here. Free his legs. Hurry. He's caught.
Pod people came back with a vengeance.
Pull him free. Hurry. Pull his legs.
Hans, help us.
He likes in the water. Nothing's broken. Let me.
It's my fault. I forgot the safe word.
Careful, Andre. You want to fight that thing again.
Like all good indie films, it was edited by Madman at 3 a.m. I
He's
mean,
bashful. Why don't we take one of those things
something
home to the
something
zoo?
Alejandro Jodorowsky.
You've got to be more careful, Andre. If we hadn't heard you call me,
I didn't call. You called out to us. We heard
No
you.
shit,
But I
Alex.
didn't call you.
Well, that would actually explain it. I think I remember
sounded like
hearing something about that.
let's be getting back.
All we knew was that Marcia at Earth Control had spotted what was probably Kearns and Sherman and approximately where they might be.
I mean, the hilarious part is that Delicatessen was probably
We
better,
started out in our space car.
given
heading
what I
that
know
general
about Alien
direction,
Resurrection. Oh my
not
god.
stopping to investigate
Oh.
the many prehistoric
Oh, that's
sites we
precious.
passed. But we
What a
were still
trajectory.
unable, no matter how
For
hard
that
we
film
tried,
as well as this
to make
car.
radio contact with Kearns or Sherman. So we had no way of knowing what they were
No,
going
hold
to
on.
that
Like, one
distant
moment. Like, I was too focused on the fucking flying car to notice this big boy right here. The absolute unit. Oh, my word. Boy built like fucking Red Claw on Twitch.tv. Thicker than porridge.
So we had no way of knowing what they were going through on that distant part of the planet.
I mean, goddamn. Say what you will about his usual stride, John apparently is a master at parkour if he was able to beat those two over the rocks.
Let's rest. We've very little oxygen left us. Hope they're on the way. Looking for us. Through this heat. They may not be able to make it through to us.
I mean, I know how you feel, man. That's why I moved out of California. City of Lost Children. That's right. I remember hearing about that.
I'm beginning to feel like my head's swimming.
God, yeah, no, you just awakened a fucking subset of memories in me, Alex. For those who have no idea what the fuck we're ranting about, the director of Delicatessen, the film I just did a 1 minute review of, did a number of films, one of them being The City of Lost Children, which featured, as was mentioned here, Ron Perlman as one of the actors. Ron Perlman is an interesting actor, by the way, just side tangent within the side tangent. Ron Perlman is sort of like, I consider that he has become to Guillermo del Toro what Johnny Depp is to Tim Burton. Just the guy who's just constantly pulling his like, hey, I'm doing another thing. You want in? Yeah, all right. Gotta earn my keep somehow. But, yeah, no, and then he would go on to direct Alien Resurrection. Weird fucking call, honestly. Sort of almost as bizarre as when they got Gareth Edwards to direct Godzilla 2014. Which I'm still convinced the only reason they did that was because they secretly wanted Godzilla 2014 to bomb. Gareth Edwards is not a good director. I will die on this hill when it comes to that stance. I'm glad for some of the weird French films I watch in film history stuck with me. Yeah, no, same. Ah, my word.
Of course. It's your torn suit. Infection is getting through.
Maybe we ought to take some quinsulin.
No. We'd have to rest after. Must
No, Quinsulin won't do any good. Robitussin's where it's at.
Moving.
I don't know why, but my Mimi ass just saw this image, and I just thought of that one that one video from Prehistoric. You know what? Fuck it. Picture says 1,000 words. Just give me one fucking moment. Because apparently my mind has just been hardwired to default to mimetic references when I'm watching other things.
What is that? Is that LaCroix? Why is LaCroix falling out of the sky? Was that a sky earthquake? I gotta tweet about this.
Yeah, no, that is just LA in a nutshell. That's most of California in a nutshell, honestly. Oh, damn. I didn't realize Metal Wolf had work done. They got the grippers out. All this for free, huh?
Too much water. My mechanism is in danger. Need protection.
All right, John. Find shelter.
Remember, kids, John says never leave home without protection.
Don't stop. Go on. We have to go on.
Come on up. That's it.
Nothing is cheaper and dirtier than a French auteur. I can name one from Chile who's probably dirtier. Everyone fantasizes about being in the octopus's garden in the shade, but once you're actually there, it's a whole different ballgame.
There is no water.
Come on. Just a little bit further. There's a cave right over there. Come on. That's it.
Okay, sorry. Once again, because my mind is just inherently flawed, I know this is like a bag in front of like a pickaxe on his waist. I thought that was just an Amy Rose style sledgehammer that he was just carrying around on his hip. Ah, man. I mean, just goes to show. I mean, I mentioned you never leave home without protection. This man brought the fucking Pico Pico hammer with him.
Just a few steps further. There. There.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think I can go on much further. John, stay with us. Make sure they find us. They should know. Must continue to work the laws of mathematics. There's always a precise probability. Mathematics might prove. Mathematics might...
You know?
Marcia.
Went out as he lived.
Marcia.
A fucking nerd.
Dearest Masha, you must help us. It's closing in.
I await your order. I await your order.
If either of you say I'll have a beer, I'm gonna fucking break your helmets.
Help them find us, John.
You know, it's a good thing that they recalled all the Cybertrucks. This was the model they were planning on next.
The shoreline's the best. If we do, my friend, we'll never make it to them. Fat chance there is of finding them.
Jane, stop this crazy thing.
That voice again. Hold up.
King Ramsay! The man in charge! The man in charge!
Almost sounds like a
10
girl.
internet points to any of you who actually got that
girl?
reference.
Perhaps. Or a monster.
Or worse yet, a male VTuber. Dude, this is just reminding me more and more of the opening to Terror of Mechagodzilla. Okay, here we go. I was gonna say, I'm waiting for the double take here, but no, the picture's getting more and more interesting, quote unquote. Hey, why did the alien, like, stop wearing seashells? Or where she start wearing seashells? She broke it, I can't even fucking make references to save my life.
Our sisters are calling. Wake up, Nyla.
Wake up, wake
Our
up,
sisters are awake.
wake up.
They're hungry. You have slept enough. It is time to go into the sea.
Oh yeah, that was the joke I was trying to think of. Why did the mermaid wear seashells? She grew out of the bee shells. Good morning, Charlie.
That is not well, little sisters.
Listen, I may have not played BioShock in a while. In fact, not ever.
It's a human.
But I'm pretty sure that's not what the
Well,
Little
there are
Sisters
sure
looked
no
like.
humans here. Well, we're humans. Well, no one else has made it. You better believe it. But it sounds so human. Subhuman, you mean, like that 40-armed plant that just grabbed you. I still say it's a girl. A girl. With blue scales.
Could be. He's onto something. It's possible that before us, other men got here. Especially in this age. You ought.
You know, there's a space race joke in here, and it's kind of weirdly hilarious. But I'm not sure how I would fucking execute it, because it's a Russian film dubbed over by Americans. Oh, my word.
To know that, Hans? To a man of science, anything is possible until proven otherwise.
I mean, that at least I can get behind. Most things are improbable, but very few are impossible. I also gotta wonder, like, what was the degree of, Jesus Christ, of course, this is where I pause. What was the degree of specialization with film cameras back then for, like, being able to film in water? Because I know, like, as far back as the 50s and such, we were able to film movies like Creature from the Black Lagoon, and other films with underwater scenes. But just like, I mean, obviously the actual answer is just a Google search away. But I always just kind of wonder, like, how quickly people had to adapt camera tech to the rise in, like, new ideas for films like this. Thank you for listening to my non-thought there. Stay tuned, I have plenty more where that came from.
Well, I can't imagine any people in their right mind exploring planet Venus.
Come on, Hans.
That explains why you're here.
We're here, and we're in our right mind, aren't we?
Let's go.
Are you sure about that, friend? Also, welcome, Silver. No worries. You haven't missed anything of substance. Unfortunately, the same can probably be said for the rest of the movie. I see that one is also growing out of the bee shells. Oh, God.
It is our beloved god, Terra. He is angry.
Cinema.
We must leave this place. Come, follow me.
Lord save him.
What?
There's no response from Kern or Sherman.
Well, we should soon be there.
Keep trying. Maybe we can bring them in on the helmet mic. Kern has an auxiliary.
I am. I'm getting...
A woman. Must be Martian.
Sorry, I'm getting the Vaporwave channel.
Really awful. Hear it?
Sorry, that's my Siri.
Move it up. Point to point on the dial. We'll find it.
I'll try it.
Jesus fucking Christ, I forgot how many of these movies have just the most intolerable noise known to man. Again, I apologize to anyone whose eardrums are suffering from this production. I am right there with you. My fucking word. I mean, not to say that there isn't a lot of excessive noise in modern films as well, but just like to this extent. I think it's also sort of doubly horrendous because this is a redubbed movie. So there's probably a loss in audio quality all around. My word.
Hello. John, hello. John, listen. This is the command ship. Are you there? No response. Come in.
Up one more point.
Come in.
Better go to solar battery. Much bigger reach.
I'm on it now. Hello.
Yeah, I don't understand this new wave music.
Hello. You must
just a bunch
hear
of clicks
me,
and whistles.
Please open your mic and answer me. You must obey me, John.
No response.
It's just VTubers trying to help each other with OBS issues.
5. You have to readjust your frequency for transmitting.
There you fucking go.
I hear you. I have adjusted.
Can you report your position and plot number? Over.
If you ask nicely.
Shelter.
Tell me what's outside.
Water, sun, above, falling on large rock.
That's square 40. Not far. Ask him about the men.
Hello. We would like to know about Kern and also about Sherman.
They do not see.
You must have been. Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know why they decided to call the robot John. It's just such a weird, out-of-pocket name. It's like, what do we call this advanced piece of technology that we're going to be taking with us on this voyage into the unknown? Steve!
Keep an eye on the compass. Grab onto them.
Okay, I gotta ask as well, because this is just this is me being a pedantic fuck as well. What the fuck use is a compass going to be to you on an alien planet where you don't know where how the magnetic poles work in relation to how they normally would on your planet? Like, you can make assumptions about magnetic poles when you visit another planet, but chances are they're not going to be a direct, like, correlate one-to-one with how things work on Earth. So a compass would be virtually useless in this instance. Ah, my word.
Hello. You will listen, John. First, you will obey me and do precisely what I say.
That was redundant.
You will listen. Listen, John. Obey my every command.
Is there an echo in here?
2 from Kern's first aid kit. Repeat. Container 2.
See, that's the issue. He didn't break into the 5-hour energies. Oopsie.
Remove 1 tablet. 1 tablet. Then open his helmet.
God, how many takes do you think I have to do for this one?
1 tablet. Place the tablet in his mouth. You must do this quickly. Revive him with water.
Man, pretty elaborate for a Tums commercial, but, you know, who am I to judge? So this doing it for you, or? Once again, we never established a safe word.
Let's hope they stay that way.
Commander, look there. I'm ready with the Astrogun.
Some kind of flying reptile. He may not see us.
You may not like it. But this is the ideal male body.
Maybe not.
We're in for it now. He knows we're here.
Look. Take it now.
Here he comes.
Don't miss him.
Here he comes again.
Open hull. We'll submerge.
We were forced to submerge, even though we had killed the flying reptile, because of the damage the creature had caused when it hit us. And it was...
I really would have liked to have shown you that, but unfortunately we didn't have enough footage.
a good thing, too. For here, under the sea, we were to find the second clue to life on Venus.
This is just a fundamental rule of storytelling, man. Like, especially, like, when you fuck it up in a sci-fi B movie, it's especially horrendous. Show, don't tell. Like, I don't know, like, how much of this kind of footage was either just, like, not present in the original Russian film, but, like, I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's just like, let's shoot at the monster, like, undo the plug in the bathtub that is our ship, and then cut to something completely unrelated. Like, if it was a matter of necessity, I could understand, like, okay, we don't have this footage to show what happened here, so let's narrate what happened. But I have the distinct impression that's not what happened, because I don't exactly have that much good faith in the production process of this film. Again, call me cynical, but Jesus fucking Christ. I'm pretty sure they just went to the local aquarium to get some filter footage. No, abso-fucking-lutely. The little turtle, I just realized.
Let's put it down for a minute. Take a rest.
It's not far to the beach, if our calculations are correct.
Let's go to the beach. Beach?
I hope this will run again.
Don't worry, it will.
You know, you keep using those 3 words.
Look,
or those 2 words, rather.
Road.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Like
I've lost the
street.
ability to count.
I'll look around. Just 5 minutes. Might find something interesting.
Oh, wow. Oh, fucking wow. Oh. Okay, no, that... Oof. Oof. Liquid gold, this film. Gosh. Again, you can tell they were working off of a piggy bank budget with this. Whether it was the original film or the people who decided to Americanize it, we can poke fun all we want. It's still a matter of them trying the best they could with what they had, supposedly. But fucking Christ on a cracker, man. Doesn't make it any less hilarious. Where was my train of thought earlier? But, oh yeah, you keep using those words, don't worry. Not really sure how that applies to a situation like this anymore. Oh, is that the dead reptile? Yeah. Damn, Sakurai was right. He was too big.
Nyla, come here. Hurry.
Killed that poor puppet. I know, he was 2 days away from retirement.
It is our God. Tara. He's dead. What makes Nyla and Marama so sad? Come, sisters, let us see.
When people flock to the venting chat and Discord when someone starts posting.
Oh, Tara. What evil demon has destroyed our God? We must carry him to the holy place and pray to his spirit. Lift him.
Careful now. They spent a whole 2 minutes in the garage putting him together. I love just how rubbery and boneless he is. I mean, granted, that will happen to a waterlogged corpse eventually, but still. Then again, this is me judging based off of the physiological standards of Earth, so who am I to say?
Well, what do you know?
It's a statue.
Andre!
I know he's saying Andre, but I keep hearing it just in the back of my Andale! I know it's not going to happen, but I absolutely want those women to eat those men. Well, you joke, Silver, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned before, we are hungry, sisters. And granted, they did start chowing down on some fish, but...
Rubies.
You say rubies? Show me.
Oh yeah, she's VTubing now too.
The eye of an idol.
An idol?
Yes, a reptile. A reptile resembling that flying monster that attacked us earlier. Up there.
You're right, Andre. I'm not laughing anymore. There was a civilization here. And I'll bet you there still is.
Yeah, Ridley mains are scary, man. I'm still alive. Like I know they're doing the whole psychic speech thing here, but just this woman did not have to go fully slack jaw like has the expression of, yeah, can I get a fucking burger? Heather, and Tara. Cigarettes.
You will be avenged. The evil demons that did this will themselves be destroyed.
I mean, I poke fun, but I mean, that's dinner for at least the next week or so. Might as well make use of it.
Something seemed to draw me away, to make me search for, I didn't know what.
It might have been the drawstring. Oh boy.
I felt something. I don't know. I felt as though I were being watched. But I didn't see anything except a harmless octopus.
Oh, yep. No. We need to go back to our octopedal friend here.
I felt as though I were being...
Oh, that's lovely. He's got an award-winning smile right there. Granted, it's made completely out of moss, but, you know, hey. We're all about body positivity here.
Watched. But I didn't see anything except a harmless octopus. Yet, still feeling a strange presence, I went on.
I love how, like, in this age...
But then, as...
In this era of filmmaking, they could never quite get right the physics of being underwater through these means. Like, especially in the stark contrast here of, like... You see our bouncy babby boy protagonist going for his moonwalk here.
Still feeling a strange presence, I went on.
And then they show the footage immediately after of two women actually underwater.
But then, as quickly as it came, that weird sensation vanished. And then there was nothing.
Oh my god. It always bothers me with same-sex races like this when they don't, like, explain how they reproduce. I'm just very curious. I mean, Silver, you're bisexual. You can figure it out, I'm sure. Also, you're not from this planet, so I'm sure that gives you an advantage.
Nothing but the sea. So I followed my original impulse, looking for a clue like the statue of the flying reptile.
This hole was made for me.
And I found nothing, except a rock that I liked for its shape, and that could serve as a specimen for the geologist.
You know, hey, you know what? Live your truth, man. You enjoy the shape of that rock. Okay, does anyone know the way to Home Depot? We need to get a massive fucking fridge.
Terra has spoken. He must return his flesh to the sea. Marama? Pay away?
Javert?
Carry him away.
I see, they're going with the water aging approach. And you're probably right. Dry aging probably wouldn't be the right move for a specimen like this.
Farewell, Terra. Sleep well in the sea.
I wonder how the art team felt about this scene.
Who is this? What sisters are these?
Like, knowing how all the fucking effort they had gone to, like, in making that prop, was just gonna be fucking washed out in the bay next to the studio. Oh no, it's the brunette tribe.
What is it? Invaders! We've seen strange invaders walking under the sea. Demons! Did you hear, sisters? Demons! They had big heads and walked in our ancient holy place under the sea. It was they who killed Terra. They must die.
I mean, they clearly invested in the Cybertruck, so I'm inclined to agree.
I couldn't have lasted much longer.
You're not alone.
Okay, show of hands in chat. Who here wants to bet that at least one of them is going to try and go the death by snoo route with these guys?
Here we are, Skipper.
Good. We'll need more fire. Everything in the car is soaking wet.
Also, very fucking bold of you guys to light a fire on Venus. I'm just saying. Like, let me even just double check something. Venus has by far the densest atmosphere of the terrestrial planets, composed mostly of carbon dioxide with a thick global sulfuric acid cloud cover. Let's see. It's a colorless, flammable, toxic gas and nictogen hydride. Phosphine or phosphane is the compound of the chemical formula pH3. Color's flammable. Yeah, no, I mean, granted, this is something I poke fun at with the benefit of hindsight being 2020 and access to Google at my fingertips. But it's just... One would at least fucking assume, if you're going to any alien planet with an unfamiliar atmosphere, don't start burning shit right out the gate. That's all I'm saying.
Feels good to sit.
How are the batteries, Hans?
They stayed dry.
God, you're right, Silver. One of them does sound like Zap Brannigan.
Still hot.
You've got that worried look again, Hans.
And over that guacamole.
You're right. I've pulled and checked every wire and part in that darn radio. It won't operate. I've tried everything I know. I tell you, it's simply hopeless.
Have you tried asking for help? What am I, a woman?
Oatmeal box.
The radio will dry out. We know it's not a dead planet. Not completely. Our proof is the statue. And Ruby.
And the woman.
She's probably somewhere. For his sake. But the main thing is, there could be a whole race of people out there watching us, hiding, afraid that we'll observe them.
hide them?
We came from above. Dropped. To them, we're probably some kind of monster.
What if they're human shaped?
They very well could look like that. But mind you, I'm only advancing a little hypothetical science fiction.
I hate that this guy right now is making the most sense out of any fucking person in this movie so far. And he barely counts as a person given the writing. But yeah, no, y'all just kind of showed up out of nowhere and started killing things and lighting them on fire. Yeah, chances are they're gonna be a bit iffy about saying hello.
Because nothing should be overlooked. Let's face it, they built a city that's now under the sea. Hans, it must be true. Many made it to shore from the sea.
Then why didn't they build themselves another?
We may find they did when we explore the planet.
Before we leave, I'll meet her. Beautiful song and a beautiful girl.
She must have heard you.
Where is it?
Everywhere.
I love this episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Or maybe she's
This is why we need first contact protocol wherever we go. I mean, I don't disagree.
If I could just see what she looks like.
You know, somehow, buddy, I gotta tell you, if you're not into Pavarotti, they might not be your type. A voice isn't necessarily reflective of the person it comes
Can the
from.
car make it?
I'm sure.
Again, the fucking film grain
come over me.
producing planets.
Chilly, ominous sensation. I didn't know what it meant. And I kept staring at that rock I'd found, as though perhaps it might hold an answer.
Andre! Andre!
Andale! Andale! So leave the man alone with his digivice for just a minute, alright?
Thanks for waiting.
She'd take care of you.
Stop teasing him, Hans. He's in love.
Rock, let the sea claim you. Again, you joke. I have the distinct impression that might be where this is going. The fucking mermaid-ass bell-bottoms get me every time. Ring around the rosy sisters. A pocket full of phosphorus. How much do you want to bet that each of these women only took this acting job because they thought it might get them one step closer to winning Miss Moscow, or whatever the fuck.
Fire mountain. Let your boiling, red-hot earth rain down upon the invading demon who dared bring death to Terra.
Shit, I'm getting a bad signal out here.
Hear us, O God of the fire mountain. Pour forth thy red-hot earth, prominent fire.
Also, how would you have any concept of the word Earth? Oh shit, that worked? Casting director, producer honestly said, we need 14 women with exactly the same body type. Oh, Shiro Oda.
strange. It's gotten suddenly dark.
Well, it's no wonder. What makes you say that? There's an ash cloud above us.
An ash cloud?
Well, that's not right. We weren't supposed to be filming Armageddon.
Yes. It's spectacular. And beyond the volcano, it looks like the lights of a city.
The red spot Andre saw. We must get a move on.
Not right away. This might be our only chance to gather some samples. Lava and ash. To take away with us.
With what?
All right. We'll go
fucking
to a much
beaker?
better vantage point, and right now. Sherman, come.
But look at the magnificence. No one on Earth has seen such a sight.
Y'all are alarmingly calm about the volcanic activity on an alien planet. Come, comrade, you cannot collect it yourself. It is the people's magma.
I am hurrying. Are you getting the spectra sample?
Getting it now. That's enough. The lava is rising.
I keep coming back to the weird realization that this movie is almost in color. And this is why I'm not a fan of SoundCloud rappers.
We waited too long. It's covered our path.
God damn it, Sherman.
We can run a rope.
How?
We did it before. From John.
There's no more time. Don?
Yes, I hear you.
Carry us across the lava. Climb on, quick!
Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, of course, they're not going to actually show. I see. This is the alternate cut of Psycho when they use too much Nesquik in the shower drain. My buddy and me. Okay, no. Like, I need to pause this because, once again, my brain is infected. I need to find the image. Okay. I mean, it's not immediately the one I was thinking of, but it'll do. So, which is clear, number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Hello, Syndrome. Thank you for coming by. We are currently watching Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women from 1968. I'm sure you can imagine the time we're having. Jet Jaga, his mother never really loved him.
Audibility getting better.
Why is he talking? Listen.
Giving radio distance according to your request. Am determining distance 2 miles.
It's Lockhart. I hope so, my friend. They'll be by here any minute yelling taxi. A remarkable invention you have here.
Like, not really beating the Jet Jaguar allegations.
Temperature, lower extremities, 500 degrees. My self-preservation mechanism says I must eliminate extra weight.
What now?
Disconnect the
Well,
mechanism.
first of all, I'm gonna make a mental note if I survive not to program self-preservation instincts into a robot again.
Hurry or we're dead for sure. I don't know which. Let me.
I am forced to free self of this weight.
He's gonna throw us off! Pull the wires!
Why would you program that in?
Speed, Hans.
Smash the panel!
I've done everything.
Damn. That's a scientist with something you can grip onto. Curve to die for. Curve to quite literally die for. God, he really looked like King Joe there.
We must hold on. They'll be here.
I don't know what it was about that particular read, but he went full speed racer with the delivery. Like, they will be here. Hold on.
I'm free. We must hold on. They'll be here.
Like, is it just me? Or, I don't know, man. I mean, they did just fucking end Gigantor.
For God's sakes, hurry.
Can't promise I'll be here right back. Parking on this planet's a bitch. Well, we have a lull in the conversation. You're getting 1 star. Can we get some 07s in the chat for John?
Sherman, Kern!
Commander, Andre.
Here, let me help you out, my friend.
I never thought I'd see your ugly face again.
Well, damn.
We save him. And
Don't sugarcoat it, tell him how you really feel.
No, we should have saved
Thank you,
Kern's
Silver.
robot instead.
Turn, you rascal.
Knew you'd make it. Is the robot finished?
Yes.
I'm still here. Just a bad case of hot foot. I'ma peace out. .07s for John. Again, I have to ask my guy, and like, oh my god, I'm just realizing me comparing this guy to Davros at the start of the stream was really fucking apt. That motherfucker also created something with an extreme self-preservation instinct that ended up nearly killing him. What is it with fucking these types of scientist archetypes, man? I mean, that thing's no Dalek, but hell, I'd share a drink with John. Provided I don't have to carry him home, or vice versa. I swear to drunk, I'm not God. On today's episodes of shots that are unnecessarily long and static,
It was just a metal monster. And yet when his destruction was imminent, he called my name.
Is it candy alright? Hello, hermano. Listen. If I'm going to be putting myself through pain, I'm going to give myself the proverbial morphine necessary to get through it. Yes, we're currently watching Voyage 2, rather. The Planet of Prehistoric Women. We're about 4/5 of the way through it. God, though it feels like it's been a fucking century. The planet of Hermana. Listen, leave your baser instincts behind for just a moment. I'm gonna need you to focus. My word. Though, while we do have a brief lull, please go follow Gail Rice, aka wait, Jesus fuck. Of course, when the furry shows up, I start unintentionally speaking in Uwu. Go follow Gail Rice, aka Hunshwen Bats. Monkey VTuber and a good personal friend of mine. And before you say shit, Silver, you're next. I just need to wait for the time down to cool off. My word. Let us commence forth. Any day now, movie.
Looks placid and calm. But frightening.
Yes, I suppose it does, if you use imagination.
We'll soon be home.
That's right, but we leave a friend behind.
Come.
You maniacs. You blew it up. Damn me. Damn me all to hell.
So we took stock of the situation. And though we tried to keep our spirits up, it was still pretty discouraging. The volcano had destroyed some of our provisions, and our rocket ship's fuel supply was low anyway, considering the added weight of Kearns and Sherman. It looked like we'd have to be starting back very soon.
What else is there to do?
Like, again, I don't understand, man. Like, there's there's no reason to dub over the original dialogue in English if you're just gonna fucking, like, have some asshat narrate over it. Like, you could easily have just, like, played music over this part so there was no dialogue and then had the narration going. Like, it's just fucking pointless. You're wasting resources. Oh, my fucking God.
We can look for Andre's girl.
There. Go also follow Silver Wings, please. Again, very old, very dear friend of mine.
You name him after us?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this picture in particular. That's fucking getting me. Larry Moe and Curly over here. Like, fucking... Okay, they're going through Andre's, like, journal and belongings, so okay, that's fine, whatever. Just the random fucking picture of 3 babies who are dressed up almost exactly like the fucking astronauts. And a good chunk of the movie was focused on 3 astronauts. I know this is meant to convey this is one of the guy's kids, but fucking... It's just like they're going through the crew's baby pictures. Either that or the worst fucking alternative, he didn't fucking name his kids. Okay, this one's 1, 2, and 3. Or this one's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think they're the 3 children of Andre, one of the crew members. Fucking Huey, Dewey, and Louie over here. I guess they'd be... That analogy wouldn't even work, because Huey, Dewey, and Louie have a rich uncle. And these guys... This movie was made by fucking Soviets. Oh, God. Let's just fucking get this shit over with.
You name him after us?
Well, With triplets, it's better with numbers. Looks to me like
He just fucking confirmed it! They're literally named 1, 2, and 3! I was fucking joking! Oh my fucking god. Fucking... That is the most Soviet fucking thing I have ever heard. Moving on. I can't obsess over this shit anymore.
he's raising his own countdown.
Why not names? I'd forget. I'm worried about him.
So am I!
So you really found proof there were people on this planet. Hard to believe.
Believe it or not, my dear Mr. Kern, it's true. And they could still be here.
I don't go along with that. Could a human survive in a place like this?
You survive. And man will almost always adapt himself in time. And don't forget, in the dim past, we all lived in water. For centuries, our Earth was toxic. But that atmosphere evolved mankind's form.
A full set of centuries, that's right. Darwin would be proud.
Adjusting's the answer. And I'd bet that these people on our planet couldn't live. The air'd be poisoned.
Afraid I don't share your opinion.
You just can't close your mind to it. We found proof. Proof of intelligent being.
And those lizard men of Kern's.
That's proof. Look, suppose they do look like lizards. Couldn't they be people? Suppose they saw the ship, got frightened, then donned their lizard costumes, eh? Then jumped up and down to spook us away.
I can't believe this motherfucker is coming up with actual fucking in-world explanations for the shitty costumes. Like, honestly? This dude, 2029? I'm just saying. He's pro-scaly. He's pro-scientific advancement. So then get the fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson stamp of approval for whatever legitimate good that actually is. Just saying.
What possible story could explain it better, huh?
None. You're the winner.
Joking aside, my friend, man, lizard, or what, I know there were or are intelligent people here. If we just had time, I think they might come to us. Look, even you, Kern, said you thought you saw the lights of a city beyond the volcano.
I said they looked like, not were. Here, you two. Have some coffee and rest your voices.
If only there was some way to communicate with them, some way to make them understand we were not an enemy.
Well, he could have started with not killing their god. That would have been a good step in the right direction. Also, I'm going to assume your helmets have sippy straws for that coffee.
That we wanted nothing except to know their ways, study their civilization. Or was it really all just fancy? Just my wishful imagination?
There's nothing fancy about this.
And that sound only an accident caused by the wind in the canyons?
Fucking...
Hey, watch it. Now that's for your countdown, Jack, about my children.
Okay, but imagine if he broke his helmet, asshat. Fucking Christ. Like, it's not often, like, that I get to a point where I watch a movie where it is riffing itself. Like, credit where credit is due. This isn't exactly a sterling quality movie, but it seems to at least recognize that and is fucking alluding to it in the script. You kind of have to respect that. I see, we're back to the sunbathing. I get it now. Those seashells aren't bras, they're solar panels. You know, after a hard day's work of tectonic shifts, you know, I'd be exhausted too. Rerouting the flow of magma within the planet.
Wake up, sisters. It is a new day, and our land is safe again. But what is that? Something strange is there.
Man was in the forest. Megalon! Wake up, Megalon! I think they found their new god. I'm just waiting for them to say it.
It is sent to us by the god of the Fire Mountain. He shows us his power.
Better get out and locate her, Andre. She wants you to stay on me.
Just you wait.
I think perhaps we should be trying to find her and take her with us.
I'd go for that. But she might not like us much anyway.
If we could explore beyond those hills, I'll bet you money we'd find her and the city.
You've been reading too many comics.
Kern wouldn't believe she existed if she were sitting on his lap right now.
Oh god, I'm sorry, no, like, I know I agreed with you earlier, Silver. That character has never sounded more like Zap Brannigan than he did with that read.
If she existed, if she were sitting on his lap right now.
Fucking down to the comment about a woman sitting in his lap. Like, again, I didn't disagree. It was just fucking holy shit.
Want to bet? We're here.
Are we actually going to go through this whole movie without them meeting the prehistoric women?
Sisters! All of the invaders have not been destroyed. They are stronger than the god of the Fire Mountain. But now, Terra will speak.
I think we did a job we can be proud of. Look at all the samples we got. There's going to be a large headline when they see all these great things we're bringing back to them. This one's loaded, old man.
Steady, child. Bring the Spectra.
Guys, can you leave the role play for after you're on the ship?
Show us your wrath. Bring forth the waters and the fiery heaven. Let not one invader remain to walk your land.
Okay, like I'm sorry. I have to show it. Because again, this is ringing very familiar, and I know it's not exactly unique to what I'm about to show you, but because what I'm about to show you was my earliest experience with this fucking trope in shitty sci-fi movies, like... Oh, God. Oh, this is the 2011 versions. I'm not sure if it's going to be a little different, but let's see.
Megalon! Megalon! Wake up, Megalon!
Oh my fucking god. Wow. Well, you know what? That's probably for the best, considering how stingy Toho is with showing their footage. Oh god, no. Point taken. Point taken. Holy shit. Wow, you know, fuck me. YouTube's bullshit actually may have saved me. No, that's the funny thing, Silver. I think in this case, it's not spelled T-E-R-R-A. I think it's spelled P-T-E-R-A, because the fucking god was a pterodactyl.
At first, we didn't pay much attention to the rain, though it seemed heavier than any rain we'd ever seen. But it continued without let-up. In fact, it seemed to increase in strength. As we planned our takeoff procedure, which required some adjustment because of Kearns and Sherman, I know we all felt slightly uneasy, nervous, as we listened to the heavy rainfall on the ship. For myself, I listened with a sinking feeling, as though every drop were taking me further and further from ever finding her.
My God.
And suddenly...
You know what this dude is? This is a dude who's, like, become a tier 3 sub in all but actuality for a VTuber he's never seen a fucking stream of. Like, this is one dude who saw, like, a VTuber in YouTube Shorts, and, like, that's my Oshi. That's what I'm gonna dedicate all my time and effort into supporting, and then never fucking goes to Twitch when she's live. That's what this motherfucker is. I hate that I'm having to fucking translate this using that kind of terminology. It's like the cringiest sort of cultural anthropologist you can think of. Holy shit.
Quickly, Andre. On.
Quickly, andale. Stop praying to my grandpa, he's becoming too strong. Why would you get out?
This was all level ground when we landed.
The stream's cutting a whole new channel above.
Skipper, look here. A crack running clear across. If it widens any more, we'll all be lost.
Quick! Lighten ship for emergency blast-off. Maybe we can beat it.
So much unnecessary fucking padding. Like, I get this is the equivalent of, like, throwing out the luggage in the hot air balloon, but, like... Oh, dude, don't throw out the microwave.
Sherman, Kearns, everybody back to the ship.
Hurry, Andre! Hurry, Andre!
Just finished.
Also, I was gonna say, didn't that rock break? Let's rewind here. Okay, no, he just tossed it aside. Okay.
Sherman, Kearns, everybody back to the ship.
It's way too late in the fucking movie for me to be pausing this much. I can't help what I am.
Just finished.
Oh, well, there we go. Time and a place, my guy. I mean... I promise you, I have not seen this movie. I was joking about the VTuber comment. And yet... Venus, the geode VTuber. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I was expecting a lot from this movie. I didn't expect a fucking Prometheus tie-in. Was that what that movie was fucking called? Alien Prometheus? Let me fucking... Yeah, Prometheus. Fucking... Because once again, I have to. I can't not. Time is a fucking circle. Fuck me running, let's end this. Come on.
Look what I found! Hey! The humans! We can't leave them like us!
We got...
Don't you see? Look, they're like us. We must stay. We must stay.
All right, come on, champ. Okay, no, I have to respect that. Yeet. It's like, not another word from you. We're not sticking around for that many seasons of Lost. Oh my fucking god. Biddy-bee! Biddy-bee! Mission completed. Well, shit. I got my laundry wet again for nothing. So, do y'all want to make out, or?
They are stronger than our gods. They are stronger than Terra.
Really?
Terra is a false god.
Damn. You know, if only it were this fucking easy with the Trump supporters. I was halfway hoping they would fall on them. I'm not gonna lie.
There is a stronger god.
If they start worshipping the fucking robot, I swear to God. Oh, there it is. Fucking. Well. You know, honestly, I bitch and moan, but it actually is right that John should get something out of this whole shitty situation. Good for you, man. Good for you. Now remember, we have to water him and feed him every day. But before that, we're choosing who's cooking in the mess hall again tonight. Susan, it's your turn. You drew the short straw.
O strongest God of all. We worship you.
There they are, Miss Universe. There they are. A weird polycule. Okay, but John kind of thick, though, in their defense. Alright, sisters, light meat or dark?
Well, that's the story. It's been 2 years now, and there's been no plan to return to Venus. Lockhart and Kearns have moved on to other missions. There's Mars to be explored, and Jupiter. But I can't forget her, and I'm going back. Maybe someday I'll see her. Maybe I'll die trying.
Oh, you almost took me with you. Oh, my fucking... Oh, well, oh, that's not supposed to be on screen. Ah, for fuck's sake. No, they didn't even meet. Oh, my fucking God. Well, that was Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. Such as it was. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. I never do with these types of movies. But this was just one of the most hilariously anticlimactic movies I have ever seen. And the fact that it had such a fucking obtuse name, like, that's the kind of name for a movie you make the fuck up in a pre-existing movie or video game or show or something. Like The Deadly Beast of Terror. You know, something just hilariously stereotypical. And it was a big fucking nothing burger. But then again, I could have drawn a much worse straw than this, so I will count my blessings. But I think that's probably gonna have to do it for tonight's stream. Relatively short one, all things considered. I say that, but I've been live for 2.5 hours, but regardless, I will be live tomorrow with another Halo stream with Silver, which once again, if you have not started following Silver already, please consider doing so. She is a dear friend of mine and has been for longer than many of you have been alive. So, yes, it would be much appreciated. In the interim, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening / morning / time zones or bullshit. And until the next time, always remember to fucking think. Take care, everyone.